Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. We'll just start in a minute. I'm just waiting for if one or two people more want to join in. Okay, we'll just start in a minute. Okay, so let's start. So hi, good evening, everyone. आवाज आ रहा है तुम लोगों को? You all can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start. So orientation to CAT. So basically, will today it's not a session. Today we'll explain you what is CAT, what are different colleges. थोड़ा बहुत उसके बारे में बताएंगे, and then how you can build up your basically routine कैसे build कर सकते हो so that you can do well in CAT, right? And what Prepzone will provide. So we'll explain that part also, right? So let's start with tell me something about yourself, right? So let's introduce each other. अगर तुम अपना कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हो तो बेस्ट रहेगा. If you can switch on your camera and tell something about yourself, so that we have a small introduction about each other. थोड़ा पता चल जाएगा एक दूसरे के बारे में. And in that way we can start with. So I'll just start with my introduction first of all. So my name is Rajiv, and I'm associated with Prepzone from last uh, 3 years, right? And basically into the education sector from last 12 to 13 years. Uh, so I have been into multiple companies. Right now, working with also with IMS, right? And so I have been the product head for Endeavor Careers, also uh, SPGN College, right? So I was there in SPGN College, right? Just give me a second, just a second. Okay, so yes, so basically, I have more than 13 years of experience working in different sectors, not only in education sector, but also I have worked with edtech companies, other companies, corporate banking, investment banking companies, associated with SPGN Global MBA basically for a few months, right? Also, I have played. I'm basically from Jharkhand and I have played different sports at state level. So I have represented three games, right? Cricket, football, and badminton. So still I play, but ठीक है अभी as a hobby now. ठीक है, that's about me. थोड़ा बहुत small introduction. Also, I'm a trader. Option trading करता हूँ मैं, right? I do option trading also. So that's a small introduction about myself. Can you just introduce yourself one by one? If you can unmute also, keep your camera on, otherwise nahi kar sakte ho, it's okay. If the place is not that okay, in that case you can just unmute and speak about yourself for let's say 30 seconds is fine. Where are you from, what are you doing, what are your hobbies, why MBA? So do 3 line 4 5 lines is enough. Okay, so let's start.
Hi,
Hello.
shall I start?
Yeah, start.
Okay, so I'm just switching on my camera. Hi, so my name is Ananya and I'm from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. I
Okay,
am currently based in Delhi because I'm working here. So the reason I shifted to Delhi was because in the year 2023, that is 9 months, like approximately 1 year before, I was enrolled. I joined IIMC, and that is Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Delhi, to complete my course in advertisement and PR.
okay,
So that is why I am here. So now I have like from the campus placement, I have got my job. So for my job related purpose, I am here. My hobbies is mostly reading novels and watching that, like movies and all. That's my hobbies. Like I love to read novels and watch movies. And why I want to do MBA, I had written also in the group that there was a class, like we had a course about marketing and branding for the part for advertising, and that really like piqued my interest. So I want to learn more about that, and also for like career growth. So that's why I want to do MBA.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Yeah, hello.
yeah, yeah, Chinmay.
Yeah, hi, sir. This is Chinmay Gnate. I have been in IT industry since last 2 years. My work experience is 2.5 years now. I gave last attempt, but it was difficult for me. Was not able to cope up with last attempt clearly. So currently, I have not totally decided whether to
Mm.
give this attempt a try or not. But currently, I am into this session today. Overall, doing an MBA for me is like I want to explore this management domain for the team leadership skills, corporate leadership skills, and also for the networking which we get from these institutes. All actually leads to very good corporate future, which I am planning to have.
Okay, great. Okay, next.
Hello
Hey
everyone.
everyone, Chitram, should you want to go or
Uh,
should I go?
okay, I will complete. Then you can.
Sure, sure, sure.
Thank you, Rishabh. Hello everyone. My name is Chitrans Ranjan. I am from Madhubani, Bihar, and currently I am working at Wipro for almost 2 years. And uh, I've completed my engineering from Institute of Engineering and Management. Uh, and MBA is the next phase of my life. I have already done my graduation, but that is not the only part. I want to learn more. I want to create a network that will help me to build my professional career more. And I want to learn the leadership skill that will be gained through this MBA course. And that's it. And for my hobby, I like to do cooking, and I like watching movies. And that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Hey everyone, this side Rishabh. So talking about myself, I hail from Jharkhand in Dhanbad, that is coal capital of India. Secondly, currently I am based in Bangalore, working from last 2+ years in Apna, which is one of the job tech platform. And this is my second time with Prepzone. Already did one time, got decent, but definitely the B schools which I was targeting was unable to convert. So definitely looking forward for it. And talking about my hobbies, I like to play cricket, but as a hobby only.
okay, great.
Hello everyone. My name is Sridhar Bhagwat. I've done my engineering in bioprocess technology from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. Um, I have a brief experience in Lupin Biopharma in research and development, and then I'm working for 1.5 years in Signetic Excipients in B2B sales. Uh, I want to do my MBA because I want to get into pharmaceuticals business development. Um, and my hobbies are I like to read history books and I'm into fitness. So yeah, that's about me.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
yes, yes, Rohit.
Uh, I am Rohit Verma. Currently, I am based in Kerala right now. I have done my BCom at Gurudev Arts and Science College, and I passed out from 2022. Last time I have done my CAT preparation for Prepzone itself. I have around 93.22 percentile, and I have to do MBA because that's the only option I have for post graduation and all. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Chalo, let's start then. I think बस इतना ही है. Okay, so that was about the introduction for everyone, right? So let's start with the next part. So now, first of all, why MBA, right? The first question comes, why MBA? So some field that we know, one is increase the job opportunities, right? So the survey that was taken says that, yeah, people do MBA because of increased job opportunity. That's one of the reasons. The other reason everyone knows, increased salary potential, right? 72% have voted for this. And develop knowledge and skills. That's the third reason. Accelerate the career path, develop leadership skills, gain professional credibility, and change the career paths. So let's say, for example, if any engineer is there, then they want to change the career path. So that is one way by which you can change your career path, right? So these are the major reasons which say that why people want to do an MBA. Okay. Now, if you also see, out of the CEOs that are there, right, BSc 500 CEOs, out of them 144 are MBAs, right? Baki 112 others engineers are 81. Advanced management courses 48, CAs are there. Then you also have dropouts, right? But if you see, the highest weightage or the highest number of people are those who have done their MBA, right? That is one of the reasons. And also, if you see the placements, the packages that is going, right? So I am Ahmedabad placements. The Boston was a main recruiter, so 35 lakhs, 31 lakhs. So right now the average have now reached to around 34, 35 lakhs for the top colleges, right? So these are the one of the reasons that people do MBA for. Now, why should we do an MBA? So this is the point where we are, right? Like let's say, for example, everyone is like either doing an IT job, or let's say doing some kind of a job, or let's say doing their graduation and they want to become a CEO, or they want to become successful or entrepreneur. So if you want to reach to this point, MBA is basically that bridge that bridges the gap, right? So that is a major reason why people are doing MBA. Now, if you see the top B schools, चलो मैं कुछ questions, I will ask some questions about the colleges. Let's see if you know the colleges. So can you tell, without Google, Google नहीं करना, you don't have to Google it, you just have to tell me. If you know, it's okay, otherwise it's okay. So oldest B school, which is the oldest B school? Any idea?
Ahmedabad. I am Ahmedabad.
Any
XLR.
other?
Excel, right?
XLR.
Excel Rai,
XLR.
correct. Excel Rai is the oldest B school. So Excel Rai, Jamshedpur. So Jamshedpur basically is from Jharkhand, right? So I am also from Jharkhand. I am also from the same area, right? So Excel Rai, people don't give this exam, right? So they feel कि यार Jamshedpur कौन जाएगा? Who will go to Jamshedpur? But if you see the average package of Jamshedpur Excel Rai College is around 33, 34 lakhs, which comes in the top three. Matlab ABC, sometimes it comes in between. After A, it comes XLI comes second, or sometimes after AB, then the XLI comes, then C comes. So it depends. So that is the oldest B school. Okay. Red Building of Dreams. Any idea which college is known as Red Building of Dreams?
FMS.
FMS Delhi, correct. So FMS is a red color building, and it has the best ROI in India, right? So best ROI is for FMS Delhi, right? So if you don't know about the colleges, FMS fees initially used to be 30-40,000, but right now they have just increased the fees in last couple of years, right? So still it is having the best ROI, right? Average around 27, 28 lakhs. Still they have the package, and the fees is around 2 lakhs. So okay, tell me, and Acha, tell me, where was the shooting of two states taken place? Two states.
Bangalore. I am Bangalore.
Ahmedabad.
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 I'm
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. Was the yeah, generally people give the answer. Okay, two states. I am Ahmedabad. So yes, it was I am Ahmedabad where two states ka shooting had taken place. Okay. Uh, College where students call themselves Joker.
Calcutta.
Reason?
It's Joka. Joka is the place where it is located.
Correct. So Joka is a place where it is located, and that's why the students from I am Kolkata, Calcutta tell themselves as Jokers. Okay, fine. Okay, any college Just a second. Let me check the names. Huh. So any college in this which does not accept CAT,
ISB.
ISB,
ISB.
very easy. So ISB is the one college here which does not accept CAT score, right? So they will take a GMAT score, and they are one of the top B school in India, right? Okay, fine. So Aja, next one more question: which has the best location?
Kozhikode.
Kozhikode.
कोझिकोड, करेक्ट, कोझिकोड का बेस्ट लोकेशन है. ठीक है, ओके, फाइन. नेक्स्ट some B schools again दो चार क्वेश्चन जो है मैं I'll just ask if you can answer. So CEO factory of India,
JB.
JB, correct. So JBIMS is known as CEO factory of India, right? Because the highest number of CEOs come out from JBIMS, and that is a college which does not take CAT score. मतलब CAT score लेता है, but one or two students, and that's very high percentile, and generally uh, 99.9 पे generally they take, and वो भी they just say very few students get into JBIMS through CAT. So they take through CET, Maharashtra CET, right? Um, okay. Any college name that I put it wrong here?
Niti.
NITI. Correct. So NITI is right now IIM Mumbai.
Mumbai.
I am Mumbai.
So okay. So one more thing about IIM Mumbai. So IIM Mumbai becomes the first college, or you can say Mumbai becomes the first city where you have IIT and IIM both. Okay. Apart from that, there's no city, no other place where you have both IIT and IIM. ठीक है. So wherever you have IIT, IIM नहीं मिलेगा, और IIM है तो IIT नहीं मिलेगा. So that was the case in Mumbai also. We have IIT Bombay, but we didn't had IIM. But NITI, the resolution passed in Parliament, and the name changed to IIM Mumbai. Okay.
But sir, IIT in Kerala is there, no Palakkad. IIT Palakkad is there, no
IIT, हाँ
Palakkad.
तो वहाँ
And
पे
it's
हाँ,
new IIM, new IIT,
okay, and which IIM is there?
Kozhikode.
कोझिकोड केरला में थोड़ा हुआ.
हाँ, Kozhikode,
Sorry,
Palakkad, Kerala.
मतलब पूरा स्टेट में. So that's a state ना. Kerala is a
हाँ,
state.
हाँ.
So Kerala is a state. I'm not. So ये state अलग हुआ ना. So city is the same ना. Mumbai is a city.
Ah,
Maharashtra is a
okay, okay.
state.
Okay, okay,
Otherwise,
okay, okay, okay,
otherwise
okay.
it was already there ना.
Okay, okay.
Um, fine. Then, and then you know SIBM Pune and NMIMS is there. Okay, fine. एक second. One more question. Let me check. Okay, IITs, I think you know. If you don't know, IITs uh, is also one of the top B schools in for providing MBA. Like IIT Mumbai is the number one in IITs, and IIT Delhi becomes the number two. And there are other IITs colleges also, like you have Roorkee, you have Dhanbad is there, then Kanpur is there. So they also from Madras is there. They also provide MBA. uh, m- One or two better things in that is generally they don't have sectional cutoff, but the problem is they generally don't take non-engineers, or if they take non-engineers, it has to be 4 years of graduation. Some of the colleges, like for example IIT Madras, 3 years is okay, right? So most of the colleges, they will say, okay, fine, we want either 4 years of graduation, okay, or we want engineers, or and also one thing is there in IITs, you have to have first class in your graduation. Okay, first class is mandatory in most of the colleges in IIT. Okay, IIFT, uh, IIFT, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, has just shifted their exam. So initially they used to take IIFT exam was there, but now we have a CAT exam, and in CAT only they are taking the score of CAT itself, right? So this is the first time that's happening. Also, one of the college which has changed its exam. Can you just tell me which college?
This
TIS. Correct. So TIS has changed the exam. What's the exam?
CAT and PGC.
So yes, so CUET ka PG is there. So that is taking. They are just change the test exams to this one CET, right? CUET they are taking now. Okay, fine. So that was the college's name. So fine, you know the colleges and the names and what is required. Now specialization. What specializations are there? So you know finance. Finance is there. What else? Major names. Major names. You know, if you know.
Operations,
Marketing,
marketing.
HR,
Operations, correct.
marketing, HR.
Marketing, correct. So major one is operation, marketing, finance, HR, right? So this is, so if you are asking me a question, okay, sir, in which college we have finance, marketing, these are the best. So generally in most of the colleges, right, most top B schools, these are the best, right? So that is always just a second. क्या हो गया? So finance, marketing, HR, operations, general management, and IT analytics. So these are the major specialization. You also have other specialization as well, but these are the major specializations, right? And in most of the colleges, जो top B schools, like for example, say if you're talking about the top 5, top 10 B schools, finance, marketing, ठीक है, operations, they are top notch, right? Always. HR, some colleges have specialized in HR, like for example, Excel, right? Or TESS, right? These kind of colleges. Or marketing, if you want to know, it could be a different college, could be MICA. MICA is a different college, right? Famous for your marketing, right? So they have a very good. They generally provide very good role in marketing. So even some top B school won't provide that good marketing role, which generally MICA provides, right? And they have their own exam also, MyCat. Plus you have to give CAT and or ZAT, right? So these are the specialization that is there. Next is moving on to CAT and NMATs, right? What are the other exams and uh, right, and the cutoffs. So let's see the 23 CAT structure. So 66 questions were there, right? As usual from last 20 from 2020. So 20 se pehle it used to be a 3 hours paper, 1 hour each for QA, DLR, and verbal. But from after the pandemic, they have changed the structure to 2 hours, 66 questions. VRC have 24 questions, RC 16, and VA is 8 questions. Then DILR you have generally 20 questions, 4 set of 5 questions each, and QA we have 22 questions, right? So that is basically the structure now. Okay, just a second. Okay, so what was 90 percentile this year? Any idea? What was 90 percentile this year? Around what marks was 90 percentile?
53, 55.
53, 55. Okay, so 53, 55 नहीं था तो ज़्यादा. This is a higher this one range. So okay, so I'll just explain what used to happen. So initially, like after the paper pattern became for 2 hours, right? The 90 percentile used to be around 60 marks, right? So 90 percentile used to be 60 marks, but after the last 2 years, right? So last year, basically, the 90 percentile became 50, right? And this year, 90 percentile was 48 marks. So you can just understand that 48 marks means how many questions, right? According to this, how many questions you want for 90
16.
percentile? 16 questions, right? So out of 66 questions, we want 16 questions to get a 90 percentile, right? I'm saying correct. Wrong ka you have another -1, but that's a different story. So around 48 marks was your 90 percentile this year. Okay. So any idea what would be 99 percentile? 99
80, 82 plus or 100. 82.
नहीं नहीं ज्यादा. So
70 plus minus 3.
70 plus minus 3, correct. 74 around was your 99 percentile this year, right? So 70, so how many questions? 74 around
24 questions.
24 question, 25 question, 25 means
Oh.
75 marks, right? So let's say if you have attempted around 32 questions, right, and got around usme se 6 wrong, you might have reached still 99 percentile. So that is what people aim at. So if you are engineer and if you are engineer, okay, so you have to aim for more than 99 percentile to get a IM call. So this year you might have seen, if you are in other groups or if you know something about it, for an engineer to get into an call also, it requires a very high percentile now, right? So you might have seen also in the groups, or if you have any friends, 99.3, 99.4 percentile students are not getting calls, right? So that is there. So if you're engineer, get a higher percentile, or there are other exams to crack through and get into there, right? Like if you want to get a top B school, like from other exam, you can target also ZAT, because ZAT doesn't have a discrimination on engineers and non-engineers. 1 percentile ka hai bas, that's it. 92 is for non-engineers and 93 is for engineers. That's it. Okay, so that is there. Any question based on this? Okay. So you have an on-screen calculator, and 99% is generally about 40% of the marks. Okay. So what things they test? RC 16 questions are there, right? Reading comprehension, such as business, science, technology, art, music, economics, philosophy, sociology, psychology. So those topics are there. So if you have a habit of reading books, then this section becomes thoda sa easy compared to other sections, right? So if you have a habit of reading books, then this section is easy for you, because basically what you have to do, you have to just read and then comprehend the passage, right? Verbal ability, 8 questions, parajumble summary, out of context, paragraph completion. These are things are there. Grammar and vocab, these things are not tested in CAT. Okay. Next, a tip for you would be read from Aeon. So you might have heard the name of Aeon or AL Daily. These are the website Aeon, AL Daily. If you go through Aeon, you will see many articles there. So Aeon or AL Daily. So once in one of the years, they have just taken the passages from AL Daily for their RC. Okay. So if you follow Aeon or AL Daily, then you will be you can do one article every day, right? So keep a target. Keep a target for yourself. Every day, I have to read one article from Aeon or AL Daily or Guardian News, New York Times, anyone. So one article every day. That should be your target, right? So that is one of the things that you can do. Uh, DI, basically you have table, graph, pie chart, caselet, reasoning based DI, cons based DI, and arrangement. You have these things. But what happens is it doesn't come so simple, right? It doesn't come like you have a table and you get a question on that. So it would be mix of, could be a table, could be some arrangement. So now what they are doing is they have not bifurcated DI and LR now. So still you get one DI set in general, one LR set in general, and the other two sets you won't be able to understand whether it's a DI or LR. It's generally mix of both. DI bhi hota hai, LR bhi hota hai, right? It's generally mix of both. So that is there. So you have to be very good at logical reasoning and DI to crack the sets. But we don't have to crack too many sets. If you are done, if you can crack 2 sets in LRDI section, you still get 99 percentile, right? Out of the 4 sets, if you can crack 2 sets. Next, So tip would be solve some logical puzzles, Sudoku, all those things, or brain teaser or brainbasser.com. Also, you can go you get every day you get a puzzle there. Okay, next. So cons, numbers in arithmetic around 10 to 12 questions, like number theory, percentage ratio, profit loss, time distance, time and work, mixtures, etc. And algebra and geometry you get and PNC probability you get around 10 to 12 questions, right? Now, what have changed this year would be the level of difficulty. And you can say in algebra you have got one or two questions more compared to what you used to get. In general you used to get three to four questions. This time it was around 5 questions from algebra, uh, and the level had gone a bit more than compared to the previous years, right? So what has happened, what is the trend right now? uh, so the trend has been from the last 8 to 10 years. If you ask me what is the trend of cat now, is from last few years the DI difficulty level has increased, right? If you see a paper, let's say of 2003, 2004, 2005, you will see DI was easier there, and the paper that you see now, the level of difficulty of DI has increased. Verbal is somewhat same. Cons, from 98, 99, 2000, the level has gone drastically down. In let's say you can say 19, 20, 21, 22 also. But this year they have just increased the level. Now, will the level be higher this time? We don't know, right? Nobody knows, because it might be I am Lucknow set the paper and they set more on algebra, and then they had increased the difficulty level. But it could be the paper would be the same, because we cannot judge the trend in 1 year. It could be again the level becomes the same arithmetic questions start coming. So don't keep this in notion that the level will be difficult this time also. It could be easy, it could be difficult. So we will practice in such a way that we practice in mediocre level plus the difficult part also. Okay, so I explained you what the trend and everything is about. So next, the test and the timeline. So those who had given, they know the timeline and how it is happening. For others who would be giving for the first time, October, so October 5th or 6th to mid December, you will have your NMAT exams, right? CAT is always last Sunday of November. So what will be this CAT day, this year CAT day?
November 24th, I think so.
Hmm?
November 24th.
So first of all, this this CAT, right? So apna CAT this year was on which day? So it was on
27.
27.
27.
So 27, say if you because this is a leap year, so obviously this year the CAT will be on. So this year I think the CAT is on 24th. 24th is the CAT this year. So compared to other days, this is at least 4 5 days prior to the normal days that was happening, right? So CAT will be on 24th in general hota tha. Then next would be exam would be your IFT, which has been scrapped now. So IFT will be in CAT itself. Then you have SNAP, which is in December. So this year it was 10, 17, and 22. Best of three is considered in SNAP, right? NMAT, understand one thing, NMAT only the first attempt counts. The first attempt will count in NMAT for NMIMS college. For other colleges, you can still give the 3 attempts, but for NMIMS college, only the first attempt matters. SNAP, best of three is considered. Okay. Then you have ZAT, which is in January, right? And then you have a testnet, which has been changed to CUET, you can say, or next year what it would be, we don't know. Then you have a CMAT in April, MyCat in December, and also in January. So we have two MyCats, right? So you can, again, best of two is considered again in MyCat. Then you have MHCET, which is around March. So this is a timeline. Now, what is different in all the exams? So in CAT you have sectional time limit. In NMAT you have no negative plus adaptive test with sectional time limit. SNAP 60 questions, 60 minutes. That's may you have decision making and GK extra. Uh, uh, TestNet, which used to have no negative marking, plus GK was there. CMAT again, GK innovation entrepreneurship is there. MyCat me of psychometric test, creative writing, and GK is there. And MBA is basically 150 questions and 150 minutes and 200 questions are there. No negative marking. Okay, so this is what is different in all the exam. So any question you have on this, the exams or anything that you want to ask here? Okay, no doubt here. Fine. So let's move on to the next part, which is selection process. So what is required? So three things are required. First is a test score, right? So the overall percentile and sectional cutoff is the first hurdle that you need to clear. Then is your academics, extracurricular activities, professional qualification, full-time work experience, this evaluated, and then you have your either group exercise or written ability test. After which you have your personal interview, right? So these are three things that is in the selection process. There are three steps that you have. Now, next, if you see, you also have some sectional cutoff that you need to clear for the top 6 IIMs. Basically, you can say in general category you have around 85, 85, 85. Any college that you know that doesn't have sectional cutoff, top IIMs may say.
Rohtak,
Yes. So Rohtak is the only IIM in the top IIMs, right, which does not have sectional cutoff. Okay. So these are sectional cutoff that you generally need to have to get into top 6 IIMs, right? 85, 85, 85, and overall generally in as a 95. But again, this will vary depending upon the profile, but the sectional cutoff doesn't vary. Okay. Now, uh, what does a B school look at? First of all, written test score. 50% which is given while shortlisting, right? Academic excellence, 10, 12th and graduation, around 36% weightage is given while shortlisting. Full-time and paid work experience after graduation has a 5% weightage while shortlisting. And again, diversity, academic and gender diversity has a 5% weightage for that, right? Clarity of thought through VAT and interview, again, 50% weightage in the final selection. So one is shortlisting and one is the final selection, right? So again, overall profile including that is subjective. During the interview they will check what you have and how you're answering the questions based on that, right? Now let's come to the next part. What is your controllable and what is not in your control? So on an average, right, we are just given an average here. Cat which has a 50% weightage, you can see this is a very important slide. You can take a screenshot if you want to take, right? You can see here I am Indore. If you see 10th and 12th, so people are asking, sir, why I have not got a shortlisted in I am Indore? You have not got shortlisted because 10th and 12th has 34 and 40% weightage and gender diversity is 6%. So if your 10th and 12th is not good and if you have even scored a 99.9, you will not be able to clear you will not be able to get the call, right? So cat is something um, which you can control right now, right? Other than that, 10th and 12th you cannot control. Graduation, if you're done, you cannot control. Work experience is controllable, but again, that's not a very high weightage, only 5%. And diversity, obviously, you cannot control, right? So only controllable thing that you have right now with you is CAT score. And again, final call, your CAT is 30%. Your graduation work experience, again there, again if you're done with your graduation, so again that is not controllable in your hand. And again, next controllable thing you have is VAT and PI. That will also play a very, very important role. So getting a score is a one thing, getting a PI call is one thing, and then converting a PI and a VAT is a different story. So all the other B schools in the top tier list consider only a test score was for shortlisting students, but SPGN and ISB have their profile based shortlisting as well, right? They look at your profile. If your profile is good, they will give you a profile based call, and after that, if you have in SPGen, for SPGen basically, if you have been given a profile based call and if you have a CAT may 80-85 percentile, then it will be considered. Initially you used to consider that also, but now they have removed that. They're just considering CAT. Okay. So while filling the CAT form, students are required to submit percentage marks for all the semester result till September 23. This time it will be 24, right? Only paid experience will be counted after your graduation. Remember, paid experience is counted after graduation. So some people say, "Ki, sir, in my graduation, I have worked and I have got the salary, right? Will it be counted?" No, it will not be counted because it is only after graduation when they count your work experience, and that also has to be submitted by 31st July 24 for you this year. That will not change. So if you have got a job now, right, which is in Jan, so in July, in August, when you fill up the form, at that time we'll be just putting 6 months of experience that I have right now. Okay. Okay, MIM options is there, which CAT takes, but obviously you're not looking for going abroad. Uh, Next, getting started. Now, what is the habits that you can build now? Right. First, let's get into this. So, solving puzzles and crosswords. So, if you're starting again, if you're given the last attempt and you're starting again, uh, so start solving puzzles for now. That will give you at least a kickstart. Okay, puzzles say you're solving puzzles, you're reading, you are basically following news and current affairs, and then mental math and speed calculation, and reading books and articles. So this is the first thing that you need to in start doing, right? So puzzles, news and current affairs, obviously. So you some of you won't be knowing, and some of you already know it, that in your PI and VAT. So let's say, for example, my CAT scores. So the exam was on 27th of November. The result came in, I think, so response key was out in 4-5 days, and then the result came in December, and now they are getting their interview calls from different IIMs. Now after interview calls, if you notice, they have only 10 to 15 days gap, or 15 to 20 days gap, depending upon the calls and number of students that are there. So in 1 month time, you cannot prepare for the last 1 year which has happened, right? Whatever has happened, like for example, China 1+ strategy, or you can say the biofuel, or you can say uh, the uh, the Israel war, or there are so many things, like there have more than, let's say, 50 to 70 topics which has happened. So that's why you should be following the news from now itself, so at that time you are prepared for at least something. Okay? Reading books, obviously it will help you a lot in reading comprehension, plus also it will help you out in interviews. So like for example, they say, what are your habits, or what are your hobbies? So you say, okay, fine, my hobby is reading books. They get a common uh, topic to talk on, right? So if you remember, if you know Venn diagram is basically, you have, let's say, Venn diagram of two things. They have an intersection point. That is the best place where your interview should be. So let's say A and B. So if the interviewer keeps the interview at their own side, like for example, they're asking you, okay, uh, some current affairs topic, or let's say they're talking about something which you don't know, or let's say your academics which you don't know. So in that case, the interview is towards the A side, okay, A only. So that interview is never good. If the interview is on the your side. That means he's asking what is your hobby? Gaming. Okay, okay. Who is your role model? My father. Obviously, he can't ask you question on based on your father, right? He cannot criticize him. Uh, okay. Any incident that has happened in your family where you have took a step when my grandfather died or something like this. So don't be personal. Don't keep the interview in this side because he is not getting anything to talk on, right? Then best interviews are when you keep the interview in the intersection part, right? For example, let's say reading books or something which might interest him, where he might ask you some questions. Okay? So that also in that case also reading books helps, and you have time. You'll be giving your cat in November, and you'll be giving your interview again around 13 months from here or 12 months from here. In 12 months, if you start reading one book or let's say two books a month, still you're done with 24 books, which you can say is my hobby now. Okay? So that one thing you can do, and reading books will obviously help in some recommendation. New York Times, right? So New Yorker Times, the economics, okay, and aptitude के लिए you can follow these things. Sudoku you can do. You can even you can play a chess, right? Playing a chess also helps a lot, right? So that will also help a lot for you all. So these are some of the things that you should be doing. Okay, so yes, so that was about the introduction about what and how things will be done, right? So who will be teaching you all those things? I'll explain. So live session will be there. Those who already seen, they know that sessions will be recorded. We are there, right? Mentorship is there. Sir is there. Uh, Mentors would be Suvam sir will be taking some of the sessions. I'll be there for your QA and LRDI also, and Monila ma'am will be there for your VARC. Okay, so this is there. Uh, so what things are there? Your advanced workshops will be given to you. Okay, enrolled students will have free access to the advanced workshops. Booster sets will be there. Okay, this time, and peer skills peer group will be there. Obviously small groups are there. You can do self study. You can make groups and you can solve, right? Pre-revision events are there. Personal performance tracker will be there this time, right? Full time support is given to you. So these are different things that is there. Any questions that you all have, right, about cat, about what things we should be doing? Any question related to anything, you can ask.
Sir, I have two questions.
Hmm.
With CAT preparation, can we like target GMAT or it's completely a different ball game?
No, so it's not completely different. See, GMAT from Focus Edition, right? So GMAT also has majorly your two parts, which is your cons and verbal, right? What is different in GMAT? I'll explain from CAT. So in GMAT, you have different thing that you have is your grammar, which comes in your sentence correction, right? And the second different thing that they have is critical reasoning. These are two different things that you have in verbal. Uh, See, I'll tell you one thing. Cons compared to CAT cons, the GMAT cons will be easier, but on the practical side, right? They don't give question based on uh, A wants to do a work and B comes in and then B leaves. As a need, they don't give. They give you question like some in practical approach. Like for example, Albert and Bob had decided that they will be making a software for the company, but what happened is this. So the question's length is a bit longer, and concept is nearly same concept so if you're done with CAT cons, you'll be able to easily crack GMAT cons. The only thing that you have to work will be your data sufficiency, because data sufficiency is there in GMAT. That's the only thing that which you have to work on in terms of cons. In verbal, if you compare, verbal of GMAT is difficult than compared to verbal of CAT, right? So cons is easier and verbal is difficult for GMAT. And Two things extra you have to learn for GMAT would be a critical reasoning, and the second would be sentence correction, which requires grammar. So if you can prepare these two, three things differently, then you can easily do GMAT with CAT. And I'll suggest you, if you are planning in that way, so what you can do is follow GMAT Club. GMAT Club is a very very good website. Okay, how to see the website, how to use that website, I can explain you in a different way, or in a different one-to-one session. I'll explain you how to use a GMAT Club. That's a very very good website to follow, and you can completely prepare yourself, self study with that website.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
सर so regarding this thing, ऐसा करना कितना fruitful रहेगा कि giving GMAT attempt before CAT? I mean in July के duration,
So
June July के duration.
generally, if you're planning, you have to give your GMAT before CAT, because see, CAT. If you're planning for CAT, CAT will be happening in November, right? And if you're looking to go abroad in, let's say, 25, so you should be ready with your scores of GMAT by September. Otherwise, you will miss the deadlines of the top B schools abroad. They generally have their deadlines starting from September. They have some intake. They have some intake in November. So they have some deadlines. 1, 2, 3 rounds of deadline is there. If you are ready with your schools in the month of September, then that is good. So if you're preparing GMAT, GMAT preparation generally takes 3 months to 4 months time. 3 months is message enough for clearing GMAT, right? So let's say, for example, if you're planning to give your, if you want to go in 25, you should be ready with your GMAT by August. So take a date of August and prepare in that way itself. Okay.
Okay, so
Uh,
मतलब yeah, so it is better to give in July or August for to have scores
so
ready.
you have to, na, you don't have any other option. See, if you are planning to give after CAT, then don't forget about 25. Then you're planning for 26. Okay, because CAT and GMAT का timing is different. See, CAT colleges, that the colleges in India, they generally take their admission cycle for 6 months. GMAT admission cycle is for 1 year, right? So abroad colleges, so their deadlines or their this uh, admission process starts in September itself. So for that, you should be ready with your GMAT score in August. So what you can do is, with your CAT, your preparation for GMAT will be also be happening, right? The one or two topics that I said you can prepare from outside or from GMAT Club is sentence correction and critical reasoning, that you can do. And with that, you can give one or two mocks and see where your scores are, and then you book your date of August, or let's say September, or let's say July, and give your GMAT and complete your GMAT at one side. That you can do.
So, sir, if we are targeting ISB in
Hmm.
25, so
Hmm.
our score should be ready by September
By
25.
September again, yes, correct. Even ISB, though it's in India, still their first this one application goes in September, early bird.
Okay,
So you
understood.
should be ready with that score. And what score you should be looking at for ISB? If your profile is good and you're engineer, you require a 720. If your profile is not good and you are engineer, then you require 750. And if you're non-engineer and your profile is good, you require a 680, 690. And if your profile is not good and you're non-engineer, in that case 700 plus.
Mm, understood. And sir, you showed a slide regarding MIM.
Ah,
Uh,
so
एक बार आप
MIM, so
हाँ
क्या होता है ना, I'll explain you what is MIM. So see, if you have given, uh, hmm, so if you have given, so if you want to do an MBA abroad, right? So if you want to do an MBA, sorry, if you want to do an MBA abroad and you don't have a work experience of more than 2 years, so let's say a fresh graduate from India and they want to do an MBA abroad, they don't get an MBA degree, they get an MIM degree. Okay, so that is MIM degree. So see, understand three different kind of MBA are there outside. One is MIM, one is deferred MBA, and one is your actual MBA. Actual MBA is given to those people who have an experience of more than 2 years. Okay, so they get an MBA degree. MIM if your experience is less than 2 years, right? And if you want to do an MBA abroad. Third is a deferred MBA if you're in final year and if you want key year, I'll take the experience. Don't worry. Okay, you're saying okay, fine. Oxford or any top school, Yale, Wale, any college, you're saying fine. I'll take the work experience, but uh, give me admission first. I'll give the GMAT. I'll get the score. I'll apply. You give me the score, and if I'll get experience, I'll come back. So that is a deferred MBA. Basically, you give the GMAT, you get a good score. You say, "Ki fine, you take my score. That's a 720. Okay, my profile you have. I'll get 2 years of experience. If you give me admission, I'll come back after 2 years, and then admission will be there." So that is a deferred MBA. Okay, so three kinds of MBA are there. With this slide is basically if with your CAT score, you can apply to these colleges as well.
So what's the percentile like HEC Paris and SM Business School?
HEC Paris requires, I think, around 90, 92 k around they require HEC Paris. So they are not, see abroad doing an MBA from CAT score, I will not recommend. Okay, if you ask me, I'll
Okay,
not recommend doing an MBA abroad with CAT score, because see top B school will not accept a CAT score with an Indian exam.
understood.
है ना, कि उनको लगता है यार ये तो क्या है, चोरी भी कर लेंगे ये लोग, राइट? ऑक्सफोर्ड विल नॉट टेक कैट स्कोर. ठीक है, so that's a reason. So this for those those people, if you don't have an option, still you want to go abroad, so with a CAT score also you can apply.
And sir, ROI point of view से fruitful रहता है कि नहीं?
कहाँ? फॉरेन, इंडिया?
नहीं, foreign with
फॉरेन
CAT.
में ROI करना है ना, तो ROI में क्या होता है कि अगर इफ यू आर गेटिंग इन टॉप बी स्कूल, मतलब वर्ल्ड का अगर 100 है, ठीक है, टॉप 100, so then you can do. Why? Because let's say my fees will be very high. Obviously, the fees would be around 70-80 lakhs at least. ठीक है, don't think that people, so consultants say that 30 lakhs में भी हो जाएगा सर, 35 में हो जाएगा. नहीं, टॉप बिल्कुल में नहीं होगा कहीं भी. 70-80 लाख विद स्कॉलरशिप होने वाला है. ठीक है, 70-80 लाख का लोन पड़ने वाला है. एंड yes, but the ROI from those colleges, you will be in such a way that in 6 years you'll be able to pay off your loan. 4-5 years
Understood.
में pay off हो जाता है. ठीक है, but yes, one thing is there कि understand one thing कि if you are doing an MBA from top school, top B school from there, तो think that कि तुम 10-15 साल तो इंडिया नहीं आ सकते, और आओगे भी तो ऐसा पैकेज नहीं मिलने वाला. फिर खुद का ही कुछ करने का प्लान सोच के आना.
Okay.
Because you will be there in such a position that your package would be around 1.5 CR or 2 CR, and coming back to India and getting that package will be difficult at that time.
Okay, sir.
सर, तो अगर ऐसा कंपेयर किया जाए तो इंडिया में रहकर कैट
इंडिया का
थ्रू
ROI
आर
बेटर है. इंडिया का ROI
हाँ,
बेटर है.
आर ओ क्योंकि 4-5 साल नहीं लगते सर, जो भी हम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना, उतने अमाउंट उतना जितना कुछ भी फीस इन्वेस्ट किया है उसे रिटर्न्स मिलने के लिए एटलीस्ट 2 साल में हो जाता है, एटलीस्ट 2 साल.
नहीं, फीस तुम पे ऑफ नहीं कर पाओगे. तुमको लग रहा है, तो मैं बताता हूँ तुमको. देखो क्या होता है बी स्कूल में, जनरली क्या होता है ना, सो बी स्कूल में बेवकूफ कैसे बनाते हैं. बी स्कूल में बोलेंगे तुमको तुम्हारा पैकेज जो है ना, तुम्हारा पैकेज जो है वो तुम्हारा पैकेज अराउंड चल 24 लाख का है. 24 लाख के
हम्म,
हिसाब से 24 lakhs. ठीक है, 24 lakhs, what do
हम्म,
you think that 24 lakhs would be how much in hand salary?
1.2 से
2 lakhs.
1.25 आएगा सर,
बस.
उससे ज्यादा नहीं.
हाँ, तो लाख रुपए, 1.25 लाख सैलरी है तेरा.
हाँ.
तो यू माइट बी थिंकिंग कि 24-25 lakhs का पैकेज दिया है, मतलब मेरे को आई एम गेटिंग 2 lakhs रुपीज इन हैंड. नहीं, यू विल बी गेटिंग ओनली 1.2 lakhs इन हैंड. 1.2
हाँ.
लाख से तुम्हारा 2 साल में, तुम 4 साल जो बोल रहे हो, तुम्हारा अगर 1.2 में, let's say if you are staying in some other city, if you're staying in your family, there's a different story, but if you're staying in some different let's say different city, तो तुम्हारा रेंट वेंट वो सब निकाल लो, तो तुम्हारा हार्डली और हार्डली तुम्हारा महीने का 50,000 60,000 बचा लोगे. ठीक है, मतलब
हम्म, हम्म,
60,000 बचा लिया मान लो, तो साल का 6 लाख रुपया हुआ. तुमने 24 लाख का रेंट,
हम्म,
24 लाख का लोन लिया, तो उसका बेसिकली इंटरेस्ट भी लगता है, राइट? सो इन दैट वे इट
हम्म,
विल टेक सम टाइम. हाँ, अब दिस इज देयर दैट ओके फाइन, सो एट 24 एंड इफ आई स्विच ठीक है, in 2 years or 1 year if I switch, then in that case their package बहुत बड़ा हो सकता है. So some people even switch after 2024 के बाद they might get a package of 40 lakhs. In that case your RI is very strong. In that case you can easily pay off. ठीक है. So depend again, foreign में भी होता है. Even in foreign you get a top B school से you get a package of 1.5 CR. So 2 साल में 3 CR होता है. 1 CR लोन वापस कर दो, हो गया खत्म ना. 2 साल 3 साल में खत्म हो जाता है. So depending upon what placement you get, so उसके ऊपर depend करता है, and also about on the colleges.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, guys?
I have a doubt.
Hmm.
What's the minimum work experience? Like work experience also has weighted. So
For
what's the CAT
CAT का minimum work experience for weightage you are saying or for normal?
weightage that
Weightage में +1 से you start. So 1 पे you will get some points and then 2 पे you will get the full point.
okay, 2 years work experience.
हाँ, 2 years पे full point मिल जाएगा, and 1 पे you get 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3% you can say you can get the weightage. Because see, after 2 years or 3 years, I don't recommend doing an MBA from India. So or let's say MBA from the top B schools. See, if you ask any of your seniors or someone who are having more than 4 years of experience and they've got into B school, or 3.5 years and they have gotten into B school, what will happen is some companies which come in these colleges now they say that we want people only with less than 24 months of experience. अच्छे colleges जो अच्छे companies जो होते हैं ना वो generally they say कि 24 months less experience we want.
Okay.
So in that criteria you will not be able to sit only. So because they say that okay fine, if you are 3.5 years of experience, then in that case do an executive MBA. Why you are doing a normal MBA? So IIM Bangalore also gives you an executive MBA if you are 3 years plus experience, right? And 2 years may so that's why they have this kind of criteria. There companies will have the criteria.
Okay, and what's the like weightage for like 10, 12, like how much marks percentage?
See, एक second, I'll just like this one. Okay, so IMC has a weightage of I am Indore basically. I am Indore. I'll go with I am Indore because that they have the highest weightage of 10th and 12th. So I am Indore has a weightage of 34 and 40%. So let's say your 10th is 93, 94 or 12th is 93, 94. So out of the 74, you will easily get around let's say 65, 68. So easily you'll get, right? So that much weightage you will get from there. So you require at least a 90, okay, to get a decent percentage out of it. So if you are less than 70 or let's say less than 80, so then in that case this will not be useful for you.
Okay.
Okay, so understand if my 10th and 12th is not good, okay, if my 10th and 12th is not good, what I'll do is I'll aim for other colleges. I'll aim for NMIMS. I'll aim for SNAP, Symbiosis College. I will aim for I might try for MDI. So they are colleges we don't look at 10th and 12th also. So both kind of colleges are there. 10th 12th देखने वाला भी है, without 10th 12th colleges also there. So you can look at those colleges in that case.
Understood.
Okay. Any other doubt, guys? Okay. Chalo. So we're done then. We'll meet on Wednesday for our first session, right? So thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
So
you.
Yeah.
actually, Rishabh, I wanted to talk with Rishabh as he said he
Yeah,
works
yeah,
in Apna, right?
yeah.
So could you please drop your number here? We can have. I needed few inputs on.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Thank Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah.